The rain falls softly on the streets of Ireland as evening lights reflect on wet pavement. Two young siblings stand quietly near the entrance of a large audition hall. They are poor. Their clothes are simple, slightly faded, carefully cleaned but clearly worn from years of use. They come from Davao in the Philippines, a city they still talk about every night before sleeping. Life brought them to Ireland not by choice but by survival. Their father works long hours on construction sites, sometimes paid, sometimes promised payment that never comes. Their mother cleans houses when she can find work. Music is the only thing that never left them, even when everything else was uncertain. The younger sister clutches her brother's hand tightly. She is scared but excited. Her brother tries to look strong, but his eyes reveal fear. This stage feels too big for kids like them. Inside the hall, the sound of voices and footsteps fills the air. Contestants warm up, families whisper prayers, and cameras move quietly into position. The siblings are called by name. A few people glance at them, curious but not impressed. Two poor kids from Davao living in Ireland. No fancy clothes, no confident smiles. The judges sit at their table, skimming notes. A duo, young, poor background, no professional training. One judge smiles politely, another judge sighs softly, preparing for an average performance. The toughest judge leans back, arms crossed, face unreadable. He has seen thousands of auditions. Very few surprise him anymore. The siblings step onto the stage. The lights feel blinding. The audience fades into darkness. The microphone stands between them. They introduce themselves with gentle voices. They explain that they chose this song because it reminds them of home, of nights in Davao when they sang to forget hunger, fear, and uncertainty. They say the song gave them strength when Ireland felt cold and unfamiliar. The judges listen quietly. The audience waits. The music begins slowly. A soft instrumental fills the hall. The brother starts singing first. His voice is warm, steady, filled with emotion. It is not loud, but it is honest. The audience listens more closely. Then the sister joins in. Her voice is higher, fragile but strong. Together, their voices blend in a way that feels natural and powerful. Something changes in the room. The polite judge leans forward. The judge who sighed earlier straightens up. The toughest judge uncrosses his arms without realizing it. The harmonies grow richer. The siblings sing about hope, about holding on when life tries to break you, about believing even when nothing makes sense. Their voices carry pain, but also light. The audience grows silent. People stop breathing normally. A woman in the front row wipes her eyes. A man clenches his hands together. The song builds slowly, perfectly chosen for their voices. The judges are no longer analyzing technique. They are feeling every word. The sister closes her eyes as she sings, pouring her heart into each note. The brother glances at her briefly, protective and proud. They have sung this song together in tiny rooms, in cold nights, in moments of hunger and fear. Now they sing it on a stage in Ireland, in front of judges who did not expect this. The emotional judge's eyes begin to fill with tears. The other judge presses lips together, trying to stay composed. The toughest judge swallows hard. His face tightens. His eyes shine under the bright lights. He shakes his head slightly, disbelief mixed with emotion. As the song reaches its peak, their voices rise together, powerful and unreal. The audience breaks. Quiet sobs can be heard. The judges are no longer hiding their emotions. One judge wipes tears openly. Another covers their mouth, eyes wide and wet. The toughest judge leans forward, elbows on the table, staring as if witnessing something rare and sacred. The final note hangs in the air. The siblings hold it together, perfectly balanced. When the music stops, there is silence. A deep, heavy silence filled with emotion. Then the room explodes. The audience stands. Applause roars. People cheer and cry at the same time. The siblings freeze, overwhelmed. They look at each other, then at the judges. The sister's eyes fill with tears. The brother exhales sharply, trying to stay strong. The emotional judge stands first, clapping with tears streaming freely. The second judge stands, voice shaking as they try to speak but cannot yet. The toughest judge remains seated for a moment, staring at the siblings. His jaw tightens. He stands slowly, clapping, eyes glossy. He speaks first. His voice breaks. He admits he did not expect this. He admits he underestimated them. He says the song choice was perfect, but their voices did something deeper. They told a story of survival, love, and resilience. He pauses, wiping his eyes, clearly emotional. The second judge speaks next, crying openly now. They say this performance reminded them why music exists. Why dreams matter. Why talent does not care where you come from or how much money you have. The emotional judge struggles to speak through tears, saying this moment will stay with them forever. The siblings begin to cry. The sister covers her face. The brother pulls her into a tight hug. Years of hardship pour out in that embrace. Their parents cry in the audience, hands trembling, watching their children receive something they never imagined. The toughest judge takes a deep breath. He looks at the siblings and says that sometimes the right song meets the right voices at the right moment, and magic happens. He says this was one of those moments. His hand moves toward the button. The room holds its breath. He presses it. The hall erupts again. Lights flash. Music plays. The siblings gasp, shocked. The sister screams softly, crying harder. The brother drops his head, overwhelmed. The judges stand, applauding, cheers still visible. The audience cheers louder than ever. The siblings are invited forward. Their parents join them on stage. The family hugs tightly, crying together. The stage that once felt terrifying now feels warm and safe. The judges watch with pride and emotion. The camera captures every tear, every smile, every trembling breath. Two poor kids from Davao, living in Ireland, standing on one of the biggest stages they have ever seen. Their voices did not just impress. They healed something in everyone watching. As the celebration continues, the narrator speaks softly about how dreams travel across oceans. How poverty does not silence talent. How sometimes, the right song can open hearts that nothing else can. The siblings look out into the audience, still crying, still smiling. For the first time, Ireland feels like a place of hope. Davao feels closer than ever, carried in their voices. The judges return to their seats, still emotional. The toughest judge wipes his eyes again, shaking his head with a small smile. The emotional judge presses a hand to their heart. The other judge nods slowly, clearly moved. The lights dim slightly. The applause continues. The siblings hold hands, stronger now than when they walked in. They came as poor children with a song. They leave as voices that changed a room, a moment, and maybe a future. This is not just an audition. It is proof that when the right song meets unreal voices, even the strongest judges cannot hold back their tears.